He is always trying to surprise
me.
Me
here, you guys.
With the photo thumbnail. Hi, guys.
I'm sorry.
He's like,
I'm gonna also do something here.
Hi, guys.
In real time. We're gonna use the Morgan Greer deck for you guys today, I think.
Let's have a moment.
Ooh, this was I'm on Instagram because I'm gonna also post on Instagram that we're about to go live. Hey, here we go.
We're not even about to go live. We are live right now, and he's.
Hey, you guys, we're live.
Instagram. We're live right now
on YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Simultaneously, it's Gemini season, y'all.
Well, yeah, it is. Right. That's a good point. Okay, so he's getting crazy with it.
All right.
See you guys. Come on to YouTube. All right, hi YouTube. So we're here, Sag. We're here for you,
guys. Hey.
What's going on?
So, Sag, you guys have been like waiting for your reading, and it would be so
fitting talk about Sag
that I would be doing all the things right now. There are people staying in our place.
All the things, right?
I need to go to Rite Aid.
Expanding.
I got to do the laundry. I've also got to
energy.
I've got to do all the things.
It's like everything you touch, it just gets crazy.
0 to 60.
You've always wanted to do all the things as a child.
You're into
energy levels going up. You're going to be entertaining.
You're here for it.
Woo!
Right. Gemini loves that. Okay. That's why, look, we even have the balance there because he's giving you Gemini rising. I'm giving you Jupiter.
You're attracted to it.
I'm giving you Jupiter in Sag. Okay, so it's like completely ruling and exalted. And then I'm giving you Uranus and Neptune in Sag as well.
Oh my goodness. Like Memorial Day, my mom's a Sag, and my South Node is in Sag, and his South Node is in Sag, and his dad's
that
Sag.
too, right.
And we were, me and my mom were talking about when we were kids. She was always trying to do things for me on my birthday. I have a Cancer moon, so I was like a more timid, like psychic kind of child. She was always trying to get me to do things for my birthday. Let's get in this hot air balloon. I don't want to get in a hot air balloon, but Sagittarius are always trying to go out and explore and do things and travel. You know, I'm so thankful for that now because she instilled so much courage in me to be the person that I became and not be afraid to just be out in the world and get higher learning because Sagittarius are really about higher learning, right? And about the unexplored territory. And, you know, they come from a very mature, spirited energy in that sense.
Yes.
Very spirited.
I was going to say Gemini season and all this stuff. And we did, you know what I mean? And look, you got the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck.
High Priestess.
I just put it. So this is you, okay? This is the situation, right? Okay. This is the energy of this reading.
Okay, guys.
All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to do the pyramid because we can get through that gracefully and quickly in time. This is going to be a part 1 for you guys because, you know, I'm doing all the things today, but I was like, we're going to squeeze this reading in, you know, Sag energy, right?
We wanted to share some with you.
We're closing on the dryer. The dog is across town waiting to be walked. Okay.
I feel like Sagittarius, if you guys aren't doing all the things, it's like, you know, it's like life isn't as fulfilling. You know, besides you have the energy to do it, you know, like that's like it's part of like your makeup.
Right.
You know, even when you're complacent about it, it's like it's part of the go and the rush and the competitive nature and the charge of it, you know, that electrical energy. And then I'm gonna do this. And then this is a big one, right? You hate to backtrack.
Right.
Sagittarius hate to backtrack, right?
Don't tell me to like repeat myself.
You know, like it's like,
I mean, come on, I'll do it, but don't, you know, I'm not.
My mom, I remember we'd be in the car if we go past some place. It's like she hates to do that. She's like, we'll just do it next time. Yeah. You know, it's like that type of energy. Love you, Sag.
My dad, we used to always be like, well, you know, it's street smarts and book smarts. I think I have both because the Pluto in the first house is definitely, you know, attesting to some street smarts. Let's see what you're rising to, okay? What is this energy? How are people seeing you as the Page of Cups? Okay, so maybe you are a little bit more active during this Gemini season and you know it and you feel it because it's like you need something to pull your attention, right? So that you don't really focus on those things that are really weighing you down emotionally, yeah? You know what's going on inside of you. You got 2 water cards back to back. You got the High Priestess, and you also got the Page of Cups. And the pages are ruled by Saturn, and the water cards are all ruled by High Priestess energy, okay? So what's going on with that? the moon is in your sign right now. So it makes perfect sense. You just had your full moon in Sagittarius. Are you guys feeling passionate about certain things, about your goals, about your destiny? Are you feeling very passionate about what you're bringing to, you know, like the human race and to like society? You're taking a very close look at those things in a meaningful way because you want to be able to say that you learned something here in this life and you projected it into what your purposes were, right? And that for you is something that is very meaningful.
I'm getting like, yeah, you guys are definitely learning lessons in love. There are lessons that are being learned as far as the, now it's like, because this is such a beautiful card. I'll let you look at it again. You see the flower there and the fish and the cup. The cup is like a stability of love, right? Or an accomplishment in that or the possibility of that, right? And there's the lessons that Saturn rules the pages. So there's going to be lessons here involving restriction, involving limitations, boundaries, time, anything to do with enforcing your love, the intimidation of love, and that in that sense. Yeah, some of you, even with when it comes to like commitment, right? Because Sag, you know, you guys want to be able to go and be free and roam. There might be lessons in forms of commitment and in forms of someone needing you. You know, like this fish is in the cup, right? So it needs to stay in the cup, right? So now there's like an interpersonal communication between, you know, you and the sharing of the cup and the sharing of those needs with another person, right? There's and to look at it in a way that is flexible. The pages always talk about being flexible, and you know, with Sagittarius, it's like you guys can go 0 to 60 with
mutable,
things.
right? You're mutable. Right. It's easy to be flexible for you when you create, you know, the atmosphere of energy that's being like catapulted in different directions, right? That's why you're mutable. So it's like for you, you're comfortable in that, like he was saying at the beginning of the video. But at the same time, and also kind of like gets in the way of you really acknowledging things that are quite meaningful, you know, in between all of the activity that you are generating. Let's look at your sun and see what that's saying, okay? This is like your identity, right? Okay, right now you guys are working with another mutable energy, which is the Hermit.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys are
Virgo.
being very critical of people right now, and that could be hurting some people's feelings, you know what I mean? And they might be seeing that you don't have as much compassion for them as they would like. Maybe you're being very critical. This could be in a relationship. This could be you being very critical of yourself, because that Virgo energy is very critical because it's really about the process of everything, right? I was thinking about Virgo energy earlier today, and I was thinking about like how people have surgery, right? And there are complications and things like that that happen during surgery. For some of you out there, this might mean something. But when you have complications in surgery, it's like you have to like make those in the moment choices that are going to allow you to move forward and progress. It's like, oh, I need to fix this. You know, oh, this blood is gushing out of this place. He's hemorrhaging. Get it, do it, fix it, bam, right? And then there are other versions of surgery that like there are no shortcuts. You have to do everything the process is demanding of you. And that's Virgo energy. So there's some things for you guys that you have to process, that you have to take a look at. You have to also just be patient with yourself too, being mutable in this circumstance, under these circumstances.
Yeah, you could just be being a hermit, Sag. You know, you could just be like, you know, not going out as much as you would like, you know, planning more than, you know, planning more. You know, there might be some epiphanies coming in. This is Virgo energy, so it's talking about perfected work. It's talking about you maybe not being like as out as you normally are.
Right.
you know, like, and, you know, there are epiphanies to be had of self. There might be analysis that's happening post a situation, post a decision that you made somehow. And it's like talking about whatever this transformation is that may have already gone underway or is about to be completed. It is talking about not looking back. Do not look back, you know, do not look back. Keep going through this experience. And it is a personal experience. It could be something to do with the monetary world because this is Virgo, so it's earthly. So it could be an earthly matter, a relationship that, you know, everyone can see that type of thing, or work related, you know, in that sense. But it's saying that no matter the temperature, no matter the struggle, right? The snow is here. That, you know, he has got his eye focused on that star, you know, so he knows, you know, where he's going and what's going on in the situation. So, you know, it's about, you know, this is a very aged person too. So this could be a very, you know, this could have been an ongoing thing, you know, and it's saying like you're almost there, whatever this situation is. Like you could literally almost be getting there to that place of where you can feel that perfected work on your own, because that's really what Virgo's about. It's like a singular, I did this thing, I accomplished this, no one can take this from me kind of thing, right? And so you may be really feeling almost like frustrated with that, with the page being here. You know, you're really yearning for that type of emotion to come in that makes you feel this type of like, you know, and a lot of what this card is letting go, period. So some of you might be having a hard time letting go, especially with Venus being in Cancer. It could be a deep relationship that's not really serving you right now, or it could be having to do something with the home life. Maybe there's too much focus, and you just need to let go of, you know, a situation. Okay.
I think that, I don't know, someone correct me if I'm wrong later, maybe in the video, but Saturn and Pluto are now squaring Uranus in Taurus. Actually, no, it's not a square because Taurus. Well, yeah, they are. It's another Earth sign squaring another Earth sign. So think about what that means to you. Where are there difficulties and maybe energies feeling a little bit yielded? That's that earthy energy coming in, right? But for you, it's more in the realm of the process of things and taking a look at those issues that Bill was saying before. If you're just getting in with us, we're doing Sag, and it's right around the time of your full moon. You know, the moon right now is at a very high placement in Sag. It's probably around like over 27 degrees, definitely, because it's going to be translating Capricorn very soon.
And you guys had a full moon in Sag a couple days ago, right? So full accumulation of these feelings in Sagittarius, right? In Sagittarius, let's just face it, you guys, you're very spirited, but you do not necessarily like to just deal with your emotions, really. You know where they come from, and you know what it is, but you know, you're not necessarily the type to wallow. You're more doers, you know, and it can be from a driven place, but you could also be very easily running away from your feelings and feeling emotionally blocked in a lot of ways too. Sometimes you do things and you don't really know why you do them, like a horse would do something or be guided in a certain way. And then other times it's coming from such a pointed, such a higher knowing, right?
Yeah.
With that higher knowing energy.
The thing is that, you know, usually when I meet, and you got two Virgo cards back to back, by the way, you, that Sagittarius energy to me, like sometimes when I meet Sagittarians, men in particular, it's a little bit like, whoa, who is that? You know, I have to take a little bit of a step back because I have a lot of Sagittarius, you know, Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune, and South.
Fire!
Right. So I can identify with it. So I know what to do, right? I know what to do when I'm faced with that type of energy. Yes, because my dad is that. you know, you just kind of like assess it and you see where the person might be coming from. But I'm also a Libra, so you have to consider that. And then I get along with Sagittarius very well. I understand them actually a lot. I do. I'll pull a Sagittarius real quick. Let's see.
Knight of Pentacles is the moon for you guys. So those are 2 Virgo cards, right? Knight of Pentacles. That's the slowest moving knight. That's talking about this knight isn't going to be fooled.
Right.
This knight is going to be like, he is going to be seeing it coming from a distance, right? This is talking about like
how you guys are feeling around the time of the full moon.
There might have been like, there might be something, there might be something that's intimidating right in your emotions somehow right now. It could be something that is financially based or work based or something to do with like a passion, but it's like with your, it could be a physical thing that is like bothering your emotions somehow. It could be something to do with your lover, definitely like an intimidation. That maybe it's a habit that they do, or maybe it's something sexually that you don't like, or you need more of, or something like that.
Some of you guys might be stressing out over money too. You know what I mean? It might be stressing out.
It could definitely be money.
How you're going to pay the rent, or how you're going to get that deposit in for the new place that you've been looking at, or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like the process and the money that it takes to go through the process.
Or you could be being this way to somebody else somehow. Like you could be being this Knight of Pentacles kind of energy where it's like, what's going on? You're not going to fool me. I know what you owe. I know what it is. I'm waiting for that. What's good? What's really good? So it could definitely be something like that, where you're kind of enforcing a little bit more of this kind of intimidation upon them, maybe to get things moving somehow. Or it's like, because the sun is in the Hermit, like I said before, it's like you're really like letting go. You're being seen as someone that's very strong in this situation so far, where you're feeling like you need to be apart from something. Maybe somebody is not being mature, and maybe as mature as you. You want to share more of yourself with them because the High Priestess is at the bottom, but somehow that they're not on your level. That's what I'm getting right now. We'll see what else the cards have to present. Or it could be like, if it's work related, it's like if you're working with someone, you're doing more of the work, or you're feeling like you need to there might be some type of letting go of like some type of intimidation in relationship to the earnings somehow. Like it's like maybe there's not really clarity on that, and there needs to be more communication somehow, because there might not be maturity. You might not be looking at it in a mature place emotionally. There's
I feel like that's what this is sort of saying here with the Page of Cups being in the rising position, is that you aren't looking at things from a mature place emotionally, right? But there are lessons to be learned. And then, you got the Knight here, the Knight of Pentacles in your moon placement. So it's almost like you're thinking of mutable energy, which that is you. You can deal with that. You understand the principles of Virgo, right? But it's also like you want to get through those principles faster than Virgo. Yes, because you come after it. So it's like you already have that. So you're like anxious to get to the next thing. And
well, you're spirited. You're fire,
right? Because this is fire as well. I was definitely going to get to that too. It's fire as well, right? It's earth and it's mutable. So you can deal with the fieriness of this, and you can also deal with the mutable nature of this card. Yeah, it's just causing you to feel a little bit uncomfortable because of the time that it's taking, right? Okay, let's look at you guys' past position.
Okay, in the past, you got the initiation of something. Right. So you guys had a new beginning not that long ago.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just in the spring. Maybe it was during April. Maybe it was during Aries season. Something spirited inside of you. Maybe it was something that was an accumulation of something, and then all of a sudden it changed, or you accomplished your goal, or you just had a new spirit where you decided you wanted to travel, or you had a new crush that came in. You guys started dating in the spring. It's been going pretty well. or, you know, anything like
Right.
that. You
Maybe-
moved,
right.
you know.
Maybe you got a job opportunity that allowed you to travel. You know what I mean? Something like that. Because it's the Ace of Rods, so it could be almost anything. You know what I mean? It's all of those things.
You know, you decided yourself that you wanted to start doing something. You know, it could be anything from a hobby or to reaching out to a person, to you know, something to do with a business. You starting your own somehow, or working more for yourself, or going back to school. It could be any kind of initiation that is like fire, spirit, heartfelt, and it's just coming from a place where it's like, I'm gonna do it. Or it could be an initiation from outside of your being that you attracted in through the law of attraction somehow, where you were in the right place at the right time subconsciously, and this thing started. And now it's been this way. Now it's in your life somehow. Okay, so that's kind of what we're getting. It could be on a lower polarity, definitely, of course, like anger or wrath or something like that, especially before when we were talking about if it's somebody who's being financially intimidating to another person. Maybe that was because they wronged you or something like that. This could be definitely the initiation of some type of like spirit, you know, like anger even, or, you know, on the lower polarity. But more than like on the positive, it's usually just like, you know, that first spark.
Right. Sorry, guys.
You know?
My iTunes pops up sometimes. It's so annoying.
That first spark and that first initiation of passion somehow. You know? Okay. Or you could have been dealing with an Aries for sure.
Yeah.
They're like if you have an Aries in your, you know, in your life somehow, like your boss or like your sibling.
Morningstar says, as a Sag rising, I have a hard time tolerating sneaky and dishonest individuals. That's because you come after Scorpio.
Right. And Sag is always, you know, my regular quote for you guys is, forgive me for that hurtful but accurate thing I said.
Right.
Okay, like it's like, you know, the truth for truth's sake is like definitely a Sag thing, you know. And that, you know, I tell people, you know, horses hurt people all the time without wanting to, without meaning to. You know, that horse is usually like just trying to get you off its back or something.
Shout out to Toronto.
You know, hi Toronto.
Shajini Satya Kumar. She says, please do visit Toronto, Canada. I would love to meet you guys. We would love to come to Toronto.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Right now, you guys are, you know, you're getting to the end of some
so
mental
Mars and Gemini.
And some angst. Were you guys arguing with someone? Was there a heated debate about something?
Is there a straight up a Gemini? Because that is exactly opposite you. So you guys are so attracted to Geminis, even though some of you would hate to admit that. You know, because, you know, but opposites do attract, and there are things about Geminis that do attract you.
Right. You may have called somebody out on something, you know what I mean? And because you knew.
Or an air sign in general. There is a lot of aggression in this. So there could be a hunger somehow. You could feel tied up mentally in a situation.
Okay, these are Pisces cards.
Yeah.
For those of you who say that there's a Pisces, you know.
Yeah, it could be definitely another mutable for sure.
Pisces.
And there's just like a lot of like, whatever it is, it's definitely come to a place of like almost ruin. Like you are like, you're not it's not completely ruined, but you're not really seeing an out. There's a lot of struggle involved.
Right.
There's an accumulation of like arguments or angst, or, you know, you're feeling tied up in connection with this person. Right. There's a lot of swords there, right?
Right. Like I said, you guys, we're going to do a part 1 and a part 2. So we're coming a little bit close to the end of this video. We're going to keep going, but we got about 5 or 7 minutes left. Let's look at what your immediate influence is. The moon. You got all these water cards that are significant. Now, these are not cups. These are court cards, major arcana cards that are water cards, right? So the moon is very significant for you right now.
Yeah.
What went on during the full moon, you guys? What happened?
This could be a lot of things. I mean, for some of you, this is really great in the sense that, you know, you have achieved something that was an inner thing.
Oh, yeah,
it was like a quiet night. It kind of like whatever the struggle was that you were going through, especially if it was emotionally based, family or romance, you know, it could be like an accumulation of an achievement in that way, like a quiet peace.
Right.
Others of you are quietly suffering.
Okay.
And like with the Mars and Gemini there,
This
like,
is
yeah,
something.
you're like really quietly suffering about something, and you're
I
not
wonder.
really fully expressing how much it's bothering you, how much it affects you mentally. Yeah, this could definitely be like a major issue that needs to come out, because the moon being there is saying that maybe it's possible to alleviate some of this angst that's coming from these 9 swords. You're making it worse than it is. You could be making it worse than it is with the lack of communication.
Right.
You know, you could be intimidated in your emotions somehow with the physical confrontation or the proof of finding
Right.
out something,
Right.
like asking the question
Right.
and getting the truth of it,
Yeah.
and how that's going to affect
Yeah.
you.
And I feel
You know, the
might,
answers.
yeah, I feel like it might be your truth too. You know what I mean? Because it is Sagittarius, so it is about seeking truth so that you can determine what yours is. You know what I mean? And it's like also you guys are coming to the end of something that, you know, has been like an emotional weight upon you for a while, but you begin to go through the process, right? Emotionally and actually like understanding it and really looking at it for what it really is and actively being a part of, you know, rehabilitating it or rehabbing it or whatever it is. There we go. I said rehabilitating or rehabbing it. In your future, you got the Ace of Cups.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a regenerated sense
Yes.
of emotional purity.
With
right?
love.
It's a cleansing card.
So some of you, if you're single, definitely this could be like new love
That's
coming
beautiful.
in.
Oh.
Or there could just be a new refreshing feeling that brings about this. It's really an accumulation of all the cups, but like, you know, this new refreshing feeling that you've been waiting for and your emotions is definitely possible. You know, especially if some of you are taking a trip, or there, you know, there could have been like an accomplishment or will be an accomplishment that was like an inner struggle that all of a sudden, you know, and you were spirited about it. You've been spirited about this thing, and it will bring this refreshing feeling from inside. It's definitely possible, especially with Venus in Cancer right now.
Here's what we're going to do for you guys, too. When we end the video, we're going to take a picture of the cards before, like right as they are now, or however they are when we get to that point. And then we're going to take a picture of, you know, the rest of them. And then we're going to take some notes on this, because you have the High Priestess, you have the Page of Cups, you have the Moon, you have the Ace of Cups. It's, you know, it's just a lot of like really pure, emotional, like spiritual energy here, right?
Definitely.
And not just energy,
Definitely.
it's like an outpouring of like anything that has to deal with
there's
water.
a progression that's happening, like in your awareness. You're aware of some things, and it's a personal thing, and it might be related to time. It might be related to just like the effort that you put into either a relationship or into like some type of work career related thing, where, you know, you are at an accumulation in your thoughts, and maybe some of you are really feeling spirited about something, and you're feeling like mentally you've been analyzing it, and you're about to get to this place of like really going for it, or really having this new freshness that makes you feel like you have the courage to do whatever it is, whether that's in relationship to a person or in relationship to something that is work or career related, you know, because a lot of you very much need to be doing what you love, you know, and who you love, but what you love especially, you know, like,
love,
right.
Sagittarius.
Okay, Sag. You need to be doing what you love, you know, and this is an accumulation in the earthly realm, with Virgo being there, the hermit energy.
Right. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So let's do a little suspenseful thing here, because we're about to get ready to cut it off. But we will reveal the anxieties. And this is such a great cliffhanger. 3 of Swords, you guys.
Okay.
Let that marinate.
Well, yeah.
So we'll talk about this and we'll start with it in our next video, which is going to be part 2 of Sagittarius June.
For a lot of you, this is a person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So bye, you guys. We'll see you later. I got to get ready to go walk my pug.
All right. We'll see you later, guys.
Love you, Sag, so much. Get ready for part 2.
Bye.